Hoi hoi. Thank you all for joining me. I really appreciate it. Sorry. Don't mean to be all up in your grill piece. Look at this. I've been working on this one. So amazing. I'm trying to keep the music a little bit further away. Hopefully that'll help. Okay, I'm still in my getting ready for fest mode. So I'm totally, absolutely in like a hobo outfit right now. So don't mind me. Like I still haven't taken off this new sweater that I got. What's up, turds, nerds, freaks, and geeks, and all that's in between? It's me, your girl, Daisy Dane. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. I'm genuinely blessed to have you here. Check this out. And this is a unisex uh, hoodie. I keep telling everybody that. I'm like, dudes, check this out, my dudes. Like, guys and gals, check this out, my dudes. It's not just for, the ladies. It's for you guys, too, which I thought that's so sick, bro. It's so sick. Like, genuinely, I'm not normally like a cargo always kind of person, but I've never liked purses. Just not that kind of gal. It's okay, right? So I've learned to utilize like the waist, uh, like the waist gear. Hi guys, thanks so much for joining me. I'm doing well, thank you. It's so good to see you. Okay, I should probably discuss what we're gonna discuss, right? How about that? I love when you guys say hi to each other. Thank you for that too. And thank you so much for being here. I know, again, it is earlier in the day, but I really wanted to tell you about the video that I have coming out and a few other things that I was looking at recently that I wanted to share with you. So if you want to hang out with me for just a bit, that would be so amazing. I really do appreciate you. Please do hit the like. It's free and it takes 2 seconds. And it's like super awesome. It's just super helpful because one day this little lady will be thrusted into the algorithms and everyone will be so confused. And that will be a brilliant day. Oh, yay! That's awesome. Thank you to Frank too. Yeah, he was like, whenever you're ready, go ahead. And I was like, okay, cool. Like I had a stream plan for today anyway, so it really just worked out. But thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Like I said, for a bit, we'll talk about the feral wild ones. I think that's really wild and it's really interesting. You guys know I'm a very curious cat, and I do like looking into these things. Usually, my head is stuck in like declassified documents or like I'm not gonna go there right now. I'm like, girl, it's too early for you to go off and be ridiculous. Yay, our friends from England are here too. I keep telling you guys, I will come to England. Like, please. Like, yes, please. I will visit. No one in the US, no, no, I will not go visit. But if you are abroad in the UK, no, I will definitely, like, in the US, I would totally have, like, some type of meetup and stuff. That would be awesome. That would be so much fun. Could you guys imagine? We would have the best time. Oh my gosh, we could all go to Pinkberry. Oh, how nice would that be? Yeah, Frank is the best. He's so sweet. Genuinely, he's so, so helpful, so kind. He's a really good person. Like, he's a real one. And I know it's hard to tell sometimes on these YouTube streets, okay? I get it, trust me. But he is a real one, and he does just warm my big chunky wongy heart. And I love that he makes jokes. If you guys didn't know, also, Wolfpack Main Art right there does some amazing art that you should check out. Oh my gosh, the chat jumped ridiculous. Hi. Hi. Please hit the like. Thank you for being here. Yeah, Wolfpack does amazing art. You guys check that out. Please, I would love for you to do that. If not, that's okay too. And you can check out my artwork, but again, no pressure, never any pressure. On Insta at Dean Bonbon Daisy Art. So yeah, this is the painting that I've been working on recently. I hope you're all doing well. Hi Frank. Thank you so much. I was like ready to go. I had a stream for today, anywho. So it was like, let's do this. It's go time. And I know that people might not always think it, but oh, no problem. You don't have to thank me. I have to do like push-ups, or like I'll run around a bit before stream to amp myself up. But I'm a hyper chihuahua as it is. We'll talk about some of that too. Because that has to do with what I want to talk about today. But I just really appreciate it. Yeah, amazing. Yeah, you guys are great. Definitely check it all out. And mad respect to Kel as well, because he's an amazing artist. And I don't know if you want me to direct people to check your stuff out, but oh my goodness. For real. Kel is a real one as well. You guys warm my heart, seriously. Thank you so, so much. Even those of you who are just popping in to say hi, thank you so, so much. Okay, so the video that I made, that I was working so hard on, is about feral wild ones, okay? Wild ones and feral people are known as those who are kept from society and raised in a different way, right? Or a feral person is someone that has no class, someone that is just wild, someone that is just out there, right? But we're talking about actual wild ones who were raised by animals, for real. For real. Because in the last stream, if you were with me, we were talking about how there's this disturbing trend recently about parents who are doing horrific things, and I'm sorry, like, for those who, are a little sensitive, here we go. There you go. There's a little warning for you, okay? But these mothers, and they're actually a couple fathers too, they're doing some really crazy things. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm glad you found your way home. I really, really appreciate all the new faces. I really do. Like, you have no idea. I think that we're definitely some of the most authentic and creative on this platform. And when a creator is like genuinely creating from the heart, you can tell, you can see it. But these parents, let's go back to that real quick. Terrible parents. So I just found it interesting that these animals treated these wild ones better than their own parents. Yes, that's not a joke. Like, I have to grab another tissue. But sorry, the light always makes my nose run because it's so dry up here. And there's an axolotl right there, by the way, for those of you who are new. We were fostering 2 axolotls. They are now a part of the family. There's our friend Finley, who is the Kiki, just amazing. And then there's Jack Reacher, the doggy, but he's downstairs and he can't make it up the steps because he has hip dysplasia. Don't forget to hit the like or you're a hater. Don't be a hater. But anyways, back to these stupid parents that were stupid and that are now being charged because they're stupid. They were like, my life would be better without these minions, right? So they did terrible things and now they're in court, and they're thankfully the families are receiving justice, which is like, beautiful, right? Because cases like with Gannon Stout and Tylee and JJ, they just, oh my goodness, they just pull on our heartstrings. Even the Gabby Petito case, these things, they just pull on our heartstrings. And so I was looking into feral lately anyways, because I see a lot of people who seemingly don't know how to behave anymore for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe they were left indoors for too long. Who knows? Maybe they didn't have human contact for a bit. Who knows? Right? But people, they just don't know how to giggle. They don't know how to have fun. They don't know how to live life. Like, they just don't know how to people. Right? Which, as someone with ADHD, like, I get it. I find it sometimes hard to people. But for me, it's like my brain is genuinely wired differently. And we can show that, right? But with some people, it's like they just don't know how to people. Don't forget to hit the like again. It's free. But it's just curious to me, right? And don't worry, I'm not always like, oh my God, my ADHD. But I'm just using it to explain that part, okay? So, turns out, animals, better parents to these wild ones, which, amazing, right? And honestly, part of this was because I wanted to do like a feel good story. It gets so tiresome looking at the 24/7 trauma loop cycle that we are like fed daily. Thank you guys for being here. I see some old faces that have found their way back home. Oh my goodness, you guys. For those of you who haven't been here in a minute, listen. outfit of the day right now is where it's at. We're not judging one another. If you have different views, that's okay. This is not an echo chamber. You can have your own views and we can communicate with one another. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful day. It's storming out. Might lose power, but I love it. Love the storms. Okay, let's go on. So, feral wild ones, right? I did a video of about 6 different cases of, for example, one of the most famous is a dog woman, dog woman dog. You know? Hi, thank you for joining me. Oh, you guys. And I will always encourage, please always take care of yourselves and your families first. Do all that is free, okay? Like, don't worry about anything else in this moment. Worry about your family and all of that, okay? And then when you get those extra like quarters out of your couch, that's when you give thanks or do those other things, okay? So do the free stuff. Thank you. Subscribe. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. So dog woman. Okay, dog woman. Who is she? How did she get this way? Where are these puppies? And can I hug them? That ass. That ass. Can I hug the puppies? But here, listen, okay? The family, terrible people. Terrible, terrible. Puh. We spit on them. Puh. Terrible people, okay? They just left this girl in a kennel, okay? With the pups all the time. No human interaction. Just with pups. So it's curious. It's very curious. I'm always curious about how the mind works and why it works the way it does. So the woman is fine. She was I guess I don't know how to put it. Like, is this another level of furry, by the way? Is this like the true furries? Is this like authentic furries? Or I'm confusion. Like, can someone math for me real quick? But listen, I don't think it's a furry thing. Okay, it's a somebody left you alone with these puppies thing. That's not the only one. There's one where it's a family of monkeys, you guys. Oh my gosh. This boy saw his father do the unspeakable to his Maja, and he said, peace out. I'm not dealing with that. Papa's crazy. And he ran for it, right? And he goes into the jungle. And for the next decade, he is raised by the family of monkeys. He's going through the trees. This is a real thing. This isn't just Tarzan. Like, this happened. Isn't that strange? These things really happened in life. It just really blows my mind. So the Jungle Book, there's a real version of the Jungle Book out there, right? Our reality is so interesting sometimes. Is it a simulation? Most likely, because anything could happen in a simulation, right? String theory or not? Curious. IRL, right? R/Tarzan. Oh. No, I'm not going there. Don't make me do it. Listen, back on track, okay? It's just curious. And then there's another one that was wolves, okay? Wolf. Very curious. The wolves, anytime one of these humans were taken back to society, the animals said, oh, no, that's my human. Human is baby to us. Like, no. And they literally fought to get said human back. Their own family said, no, I'm not dealing with that. Like, it just blows my mind. The father that did said thing to the mother, he was fine. He was like, that's fine. Whatever happened with this boy, that's fine. Very curious, right? And I just, like I was saying, kept coming up with feral. It kept popping up in my head. It kept coming up during like meditation. And for those of you who've been here a minute, you know that I meditate almost daily. It is how I stay sane. Or painting, right? But it's very good for me. So to each their own. This is something that not everybody agrees with. That's okay. I look at it as like, for some, that's just like praying, right? So I just kept getting this feral, my meditations. It just kept popping up. So I thought, well, then I need to discuss it. I need to look more into this. Why does this keep popping up? Must mean something, right? By the way, reminder, please hit the like. It's free, and it really means a lot. I promise you, I will get into the algorithm one of these days, and we will confuse the peoples. They will say, who is this creature? Why is she here? And why does she look different every time she streams? Who is this morphine creature? Is she an alien or is she an android? We don't know. How old is she? Nobody knows. Is she female? Absolutely. I'm sorry, I had to. You know I had to for that one. Okay. So, dog man, man, dog, okay, is being dog man, man, dog. And then wolf boy is being wolf boy, wolf boy. And then, so monkey kid gets away, monkey's gopher kid. They even threw sticks at the people that were trying to get them back. They were like, nah, that's my human, right? So they were like, you can't have our human. And here's the craziest part. What do you think happened when they came back to society? How many do you think chose to stay? How many? Do you know how many stayed in society? None of them. Not a lick of them. Not a one of them. Yeah, they were like, bye. Forget this. What is this world? This is danger and pain. I would rather go find creatures in the woods to go eat. Right? That's what they did. Hi, thank you so much for being here. For those of you just joining us, you look amazing today. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. We're discussing feral wild ones. These are human beings raised by real animals. Real humans raised by real animals. And the video that I made that will come out after this, it has about 5 different stories. I don't know. You guys know. I'm very curious. I start looking at these things and I'm like, wow. Ooh, there's the thunder. Do you hear it? It's beautiful. It's God. It's God just bowling. That's what the king says. It's God bowling. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's what that is. God just fell down. So cute, by the way. If you guys have a mini, oh my goodness, such a blessing. I have one, and that's the king, and he is my everything. Like, amazing, right? Just amazing. Warms my heart. Just a miracle. And yeah, I just find it curious because he's just so brilliant, so amazing, so smart, so smart. He's like a savant. It's incredible. Just recently, he actually won. I'm going to show you a couple more paintings real quick. He actually won the science fair, you guys. Some of you guys were here for that. And it was an epic day. It was a very epic day. We were all very happy. Very, very happy. What do you guys think this is? They look like alien monoliths to me. That's Mars. That's just people chilling. Okay, now y'all being rude. I said the thunder. I didn't say bring these trucks on through. Just Lois. Don't forget, hit the like. It's free. By the way, we're just peeking at them real quick. This is no pressure. I just love showing them off. I love hearing what you guys think about them. This one and this one are a part of a 4-piece series where half of proceeds will go to help those in East Palestine, Ohio, due to what happened with the train derailleur, because I have family and friends that live out that way, and I will go boots on the ground, and I will deliver the money so that they can get water or whatever it is they need, because I want to help. Like, I'm so tired of hearing about these things that happen, and there's just nothing that can be done. There's just no preparations. Why is there literal jobs for this, for that? Like, incompetence is the word, by the way. That's our new word. So when you hear it, you scream really loud, incompetence. Even if it's on somebody else's YouTube channel, I mean it. Even if you're in public, you hear that word, incompetence, incompetence. Because that's all there is. That's all there is. Nothing lasts anymore. Everything breaks. Incompetence. Okay? But that's, yeah, like I said, a set of a series that if we get those sold, then I can give half the proceeds to the locals in that area, because more needs to be done. There are literal jobs to prepare for said disasters, and apparently nobody knows how to do job no more. Nobody knows how to job, okay? Therefore, something must be done. I honestly feel like people had just been put in a daze for a couple decades. Like we have just been caught in this time where people they just feel like whatever is happening is just going to happen, and they feel as though they have no say, they have no power, that what's happening is all that is, and there is no say in this simulation. Well, I say poo poo to that. I do not believe this, okay? I believe that we should not live in fear, but that we can make a difference and a change. And we should try because, good God, somebody screwed something up along the way, right? Oh, this is another one. This is actually my favorite, by the way. Ah, so beautiful. I just think that angels watching over Ohio, they are struggling. The powers and principalities are holding tight onto Ohio. And oh my goodness, these poor angels. I felt it in my heart. I'm like, they're just hurting. They're watching these people suffer and they don't understand it. They're like, why do humans keep doing this to themselves? Oh, this one's cool. Why do these said issues keep repeating? Well, because we keep doing the same crap to fix it. That's literally insanity. Like, literally. Literally. I love this one. So, a channel was talking about how everybody's connected, and I just thought that would be a cool way to portray that. Thank you guys. I'm so glad that you like it. I know when people ask, what's your art like? I'm like, listen, it is strange, it is colorful, it is wonderful, it is whimsical, it is something. So it is, but it is a sight to behold. It's worth checking out. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do business. Check me out on Insta, Dame Palma Daisy Art, or you can check me out on Facebook. I am only on Facebook because I got the Oculus so I could test the VR and like see how good this VR is. Of course, right before PS5 VR comes out. This is my intelligence, okay? But I had to have the Oculus. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Had to have it. Had to try it. I'm not upset about it though. I still play. I still play. And again, you're allowed to have your difference of opinion. Some people are like, you shouldn't play video games at all. I get that. I understand. But video games has also taught me a lot. And as someone who's neurodivergent, it helps with many things like multitasking. Um, yeah, quite a few things. And you always have to think ahead. Like, you have to be 2 steps ahead at all times. And I dig that. I'm with that, right? This is some alien language right here, I feel like. And I really believe that within like the next 10 years, we're going to see things flying just by having a symbol on it. They're going to supercharge our atmosphere. That's what I feel right now. I just keep getting this. That's true. We did meet because of the PS5 and it's awesome. Yeah, we had to have it. We were like, we need this. It needs to happen. And then it happened. And it was like, oh, it was crazy. I was one of the fortunate that made it through that freaking situation. Man, that was terrible. Some people still haven't gotten one. That's wild to me. They promised like 2 years and some people still don't have one. I just feel like that's just wild. That's wild. I hope you guys are all doing well. Again, thank you so much for joining me, hanging out with me, and just checking out some cool art and chilling and talking about the madness that surrounds us. That's why, honestly, like I'm paying attention to the news. Like I got an idea of what's going on, but I'm not watching it for extended periods of time by any means, because no good for brain, right? No, thank you. I feel like there's been enough. There's enough against us every day in everyday life, right? That we just don't wanna. We don't gotta deal with the extra bull crap. Okay. See, that's us ping ponging while I'm streaming. That's what we call my ADHD when we're like going from topic to topic. We're ping ponging again, but that's okay. So feral children, awesome, cool, interesting, love it. Please hit the like. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you again, Frank. Seriously, for being a real one. You're amazing, and the people, your community, they're also amazing. They're very kind. They've all been very warm and welcoming, very sweet. I've seen a very big increase of just kindness in my comments, and I know that you're part of that. So thank you. It's awesome. It's awesome. Um, what else? Oh, I was gonna discuss a little bit more about the whole thing with the feral stuff. Oh, but we can talk about recent events real quick, current events. What up, Scratch? What do you guys think about what's going on with, that guy? Remember that guy that they were like, we're gonna get him, and then they got him, and then he was all like, listen, no biggie. I don't know. I think it really does just set him up to secure the win. So, I don't know. Maybe it's all just kind of like wrestling and football. It could all be rigged, right? Or just what's the right word? Bamboozled, finagled? It's something like that. It's a curious word that sounds funny, that type of thing. That's what I mean. This must be a simulation. How else could this happen? I swear if Ric Flair becomes our president, oh my gosh. No, you didn't. You made your name Waffle House, so I want waffles. You are so funny and cruel. Oh my goodness. The pain. I still haven't had a waffle. Thank you so, so much, though. Always take care of yourselves and your families first, but thank you so, so much for donating. I was so excited to win another stream. If somebody doesn't donate before the end of the stream, I normally win. That means I win, and I'll shut it down. Not right away, though. After I'm done blabbing. Thank you so, so much. Seriously, oh my gosh. And even the members for $2 holla, all of that has gone up. That's awesome. It's incredible. Like, do work, son. We're freaking coming back with a vengeance. They thought, we'll just, slowly just fade her out. Nobody will know. They had no idea. They had no idea the determination in my little soul. No, I will not be pushed away. You like simulation theory? Me too. Me too. I go deep into simulation theory, string theory, all the different ones. I find it really curious. I like knowing about, the nature of our being. Like, where did we come from? Why is it that we have certain blood types the way we do? Why are some people O negative, Rh negative, like me? Why does this happen? Why? It's curious, and it happens. Listen, there's a few things that really like just blow my mind, and I'm like, how does this work? you know, and I wish I was as interested in learning as I am now when I was younger. But when I was younger, I just had a lot of energy, and I didn't have the ability to focus on what was necessary to focus on because I was like very distractible, excitable, spontaneous. Very fun though. Very fun. Lots of fun to hang around. What about you guys? What do you think? And do tell me, how is your day going? How have you been feeling? One thing I really do feel like though is, listen, I was looking into zombie outbreaks and how it's obviously possible and how the CDC was warning about it for like a decade, and we went over those. Remember the comic book that they made? And then that campaign worked out so well that they actually kept it up and they kept all the stuff for it. Don't worry, I have a stream about it. I'll link it and I'll remind myself to link it eventually up top. Okay? So if you want to look into that, you should. But listen, zombies could be possible. There is multiple ways, and I believe that dead like on God. Okay, I really believe that in my heart. I believe the zombies can happen. I believe that they would be fine with that. And it does feel like Jumanji. It's like the dice is being rolled, and we're just getting whatever happens after that. We're getting whatever that lands on is our next destruction. I just find it curious. That's all. As if it's, coordinated in some way. But that would be silly, wouldn't it? We're not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's interesting, right? Allegedly, who knows? Allegedly, okay? We've been Jumanji'd. Yes, except for give me Robin Williams. Please take me back to the days where Robin Williams and Chris Farley were here and we were laughing and you felt safe. I don't know about you. That's thunder. Sorry. Dang, that was a good one. God just got a strike. Okay? But listen, Chris Farley, Robin Williams, that is my heart. Like, I love that good old fashioned comedy where you really feel like, yeah, just safe and warm and secure. And it makes you happy. I've always wanted to be like a Robin Williams. I just think that he was one of the real ones. You know what I mean? I get it. A lot of Hollywood is just no good. Exactly, John Candy, but it seems like the genuine hearted people, they didn't make it far, did they? Brittany Murphy, there's a couple, seriously, that were like, that's not fair. That's not fair. Jim Morrison, even, there's a few. I'm gonna go on and on. Listen, I agree. It's like, come on, man. If we're gonna have to be in this simulation like this is some bull crap, right? And if you are trying to learn more about all of it, you should look into Tesla and his theories and why he thinks that things are the way they are. He's so smart. Like, I really think that Nikola Tesla is the original OG. He is the smart one. He is the one with the brain, right? Because everybody's like, oh, no, it's Thomas Edison, da da da. No. Dude stole from him. Dude said, look at what he's doing. I'm going to take that. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to repeat that. And I'm going to put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it. That's what he said, right? That's what he did. And Nikola was like, bro, what? Bro, what? Tesla, just like Van Gogh, poor and alone. That was their fate. Some of the world's most, brilliant minds, right? And do you know another thing is some of the world's most brilliant minds are also neurodivergent. Thank you so much. I can't wait till you're an owner of one too. Listen, Cal knows he's got plenty of pieces. He's got his own Daisy gallery, like his own corner, and it goes down. It just looks so good. It's down the steps. The pieces look beautiful. That's the thing about my art is when people get one piece, they're like, okay, listen. When I turned off the light and I saw it start glowing and things started moving, I was like, yes, I need another piece. And I was like, yes, you do. Yes, you do. But I do make sure that it is affordable for all people because it should be. And if you really connect with a piece, I'm going to get it to you. I'm going to get it to you. If you're like, oh my gosh, this is the one, it is screaming my name, like we are one. Yeah, I'll make sure. Because I I love art and I think that it should be more accessible and it makes people happy. And I want to be a part of people's happiness. See, whether it's by comedy or artwork, that's what I do. It's what I try to do my best. I really love the way this piece is coming out too. It's interesting because the king was like, why don't you do something more detailed? You always do, people or whatever. And I was like, that's a really good input. Like, thank you, dude. I agree. Why don't I? So I was like, I'm going to make a dream catcher. And then I put a dragon on it. Because dragons, okay? Do you have a dragon t-shirt? I bet you do. If not, you're going to want one. That's it. Write it down. Dragon t-shirts. I'm not kidding. I'm going to do it now. Tie-dye dragon t-shirts. We do tie-dyes as well. So let me write that down. Dragon tie-dye. Dude, oh my God. Could you imagine, y'all? Bon appetit, delicious. That's going to look so sick. For real. Oh, that would be so awesome. I'm going to have to figure that out now. Okay, so I'm going to, let's chat for like a little bit longer, if you don't mind. I don't want to keep you all day. You guys know, normally my streams are like, what, half an hour, 45 minutes? Because you're busy. You got stuff to do. You can't just sit here and mingle with this all day, right? You poor thing. Who would want that? Okay. Calm down. Just kidding. I know you love hanging out with me, and I love hanging out with you. And if you don't hit the like for free, then you might be a hater. So don't be a hater, okay? I appreciate you. Yeah, let's talk a little bit more. And then, like I said, I'll let you go. There's just a couple other things. Oh, this is curious, okay? So, for those who don't know, I went to school for art therapy. That includes psych and soc. And for the longest time, I was teaching art lessons out of my gallery to those with superpowers, or what others would call special needs. Special needs. They got superpowers. Okay, those are superpowers. So let's go on. I teach art, right? And I was doing so out of my gallery, but Fat Cat came along, bought out the gallery, kicked the artist out. Did not think twice, right? So I lost my gallery that I was there for like 5 or 6 years. It was a long time. They didn't think twice that my students, were dealing with what they're dealing with, that they were neurodivergent, so on and so forth. So, yeah, I teach those with superpowers art, and I now do it. I have to borrow space out of a church. Yeah, it was crazy, you guys, because it kind of all happened at once. But this was last summer, and it was like I lost my Jeep, and I loved my Jeep. I lost the gallery, and it was like those aren't just my students; those are my prodigies. Like those are my heart. Like they're good kids, and that town, they have nowhere else to go. They have nothing else to do. So I wanted to give back to that town, that small town, and give those kids somewhere to go so that they didn't fall into bad behaviors, so that they didn't resort to bad things, so that they could get their emotions out in a positive way that was good for them and their family, and in a way that they could discuss it with their family and say, I painted this because this is what I'm going through. Blah, 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 blah. Right? It really does help. Art really is healing. So is music. That's why there's art therapy. That's why there's music therapy. It's just a beautiful thing, right? And it's crazy how all of it happened, but like I said, all at once. And it's frustrating because there's not many other places that even have space for artists and such. Ugh. Like very few places are renting out. I'm eventually just gonna have to end up making my own, which is fine. It's like my dream, right? It was always my dream. Being in my gallery, it was like a second home, and it felt like that for all the artists there. And there was people who had been there for a decade, okay, way longer than I had. So my heart was really breaking for them too, because I was like, this is a lot, right? But I know that that is just because good things were in the works, that my life was being cleared for a reason, that there was a purpose for that, right? That somehow, some way, I'm going to pull myself out of this and be even that much better, even that much stronger, and continue to grow my channel, even though it was literally, what do I say, paddling water for a hot minute, but we've done that, and I'm very, very proud. I'm very, very happy for that. And thank you guys for being here. Thank you for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for, commenting on the art and everything. Okay. Speaking of ADHD, let's get into that real quick. Because I've also been looking into ADHD versus narcissism. Because a lot of people like me who have ADHD are oftentimes mistaken, or, some terrible people might think that we are a narcissist, right? It might be so of like some, but the number is really small, right? But apparently with ADHD and narcissism, there are like a few subtle symptoms that overlap. So that's why someone with ADHD can come off like self-absorbed, but really it's just that I'm aloof. Like people think, oh my gosh, she's so into herself, but it's really like, no, I'm in my head, I'm like, do circus, do apple, like literally all day, okay? And people, it's interesting. I've been looking into that lately. So yeah, here's the thing. Many may mistake it, and it's just curious to me, as narcissism. So I have been called that once or twice, and I was shook it. Like, it was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Me? Whoa, what? And believe it or not, like, you can show in a brain scan the difference between someone with ADD, someone with ADHD. There is, you're just wired different, and that's okay, right? That's how I feel about it. And it does lead to awful memory issues. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Stop it. You're warming my heart, but you know that my heart is now taken and betrothed to the NBC show. So at least awful memory issues. And yeah, it can cause people to like kind of take advantage of that as well, which I find curious. Um, so many people with ADHD experience like different issues. Some are fun and quirky things that we deal with, some are not so fun and quirky, right? It is what it is. But that's what makes us a gem of a human being. That's what makes neurodivergent people fun and special and spontaneous, impulsive, creative, curious, you know? I'm glad you're still here for that. Okay, so the forgetfulness, that's really real, okay? When I was younger, I had to set like alarms, I had to write down notes, and even to this day, I have like 40 alarms in my phone to keep me on track, to keep me busy, to keep me focused, because sometimes I have time blindness and I don't realize that, oh my goodness, 3 hours just passed and I am doodling still. What have I done? You know? But that does happen. And it was also very painful because in school, when you have time blindness, a minute can seem like a lifetime. So I was sitting in school like, it's never going to end. Ever. Please hit the like. It's free. Thank you so much. Some of you may have experienced some of these things too, by the way. You don't have to have ADHD to have some of these symptoms, just so you know. But I am diagnosed clinically. And I was officially as an adult, but when I was younger, I definitely got clocked for it very early on. Very, like, definitely in kindergarten, they were like, that's the one. And I was like, yay, I win. Sorry, we have to laugh about it, or else I will probably go a little mad. Okay, so the forgetfulness is really frustrating. And it can be frustrating for our loved ones too. Because even friends, when I was younger, I would go to events with friends. Yeah, it does get easier. It does get a lot easier. I knew it. See, and it's funny because a lot of us who are neurodivergent with ADD or ADHD, we flock to one another because we are like on the same wavelength of chaos and but it's controlled chaos, right? It's like a chaos we can thrive in because of it. You do learn a lot of ways to cope with those things. So when I would go to events, I would always give my friends and my friends' friends nicknames so that I could remember them because I wasn't trying to be rude or disrespectful. And that's why people say that some people with ADHD can come off like narcissists or like they're self absorbed. It's not that I'm trying to be rude. I just cannot keep that in my brain. There's only so much I can keep in my brain, right? So, yeah, and I find it curious that I don't know. I don't think this is a topic that should be so taboo or stigmatized still. I think that this is something that we should be more comfortable having a conversation about because neurodivergent people are everywhere. We're here, you know, we're thriving. So, yeah, I would give them nicknames. And that way I would remember who they were. And I didn't want them to think I was being disrespectful. It was just what worked for me, right? But until one time, this kid came back and he was like, you called me eyebrows for like a week. And I was like, that sounds right. That sounds about right. I am so sorry. Like, listen, I hope you're okay with it. Because I know I would have never done it. If he was uncomfortable, I would have never done it. But it's just funny. I was like, damn, that sounds about right. Like, I'm so sorry. God. Shoot. But I promise that's the worst of them. I just thought that was funny. So, yeah, I would make up names so I wouldn't forget. So it wouldn't make me look rude or forgetful or not interested because I was interested. I did care about my friends and their friends. I just you learn to manage it, especially for those of us who were unmedicated. Absolutely. You just find all these tricks to remind yourself. I missed so many appointments. I having two jobs and going to school as well, that was really hard because I would go to the wrong job and it was like, oh no, I have to go to this job today and school's at this time and what am I doing? Why am I dressed in my other job's outfit but I'm at this job? Oh, it was rough. It was rough. Kids, they'll never know. They'll never know the struggle of 2 or 3 jobs in school. For real. Jobs not too so easy peasy. Listen, it's wild. So I have to remind myself that I'm very lucky that I found these coping ways to keep on track. Many may think, like I said, that some of us are self-absorbed, but the truth is I'm anything but. That is not true. What is true is that ADHD can send us into bounce like momentary sadness, momentary depression. Not very long for me, fortunately, but for some of us, it's actually kind of bad because they you might feel left out, you might get invited less to events, you never know. There's a few things that can happen that can cause someone who's neurodivergent to feel like, oh, I'm a burden. I don't want to be a burden. And the thing is, I definitely always felt a bit different. That's why we joke that I'm an android or an alien or a cyborg. I don't know. I know some rather just put on their blinders and say these things don't exist, that is just not true. But again, we can show in scans of the brain that this does exist. It's not something we should be ashamed of. We should be able to discuss it. And I think that, it's curious. I think the movie Divergent was really trying, like, ahead of its time for people who are neurodivergent, right? That's who they're talking about. They're talking about the neurodivergence in this world that are lacking in some areas, the schooling areas, the if you don't eat your meat, you can't have any pudding, that kind of like situation. Sorry, it's just, now I'm gonna crack up about it. Okay, so I think that those who are neurodivergent and who have that, issue where it's turned down in certain places, other areas are turned up. I'm extremely powerful with different colors and canvas and paint and markers and all kinds of creativity, right? That is a gift. I feel like I'm so fortunate for that. Right? I know. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, so it's okay that it exists. Um, some may consider this as a disability, but I really don't view it like that. I view it as like superpowers. That's why we say it that way. Um, oh, stop. You're so sweet. Thank you. Stop it. Y'all gonna get me teary-eyed. So, yeah, two parts of ADHD, and I'm gonna oversimplify this real quick, is inattention and compulsive spontaneous behaviors as well, and being disorganized. So that's issues with forgetfulness, hyperactivity, fidgeting, talking and interrupting others. There's a lot of times where someone's telling me about something and I may interrupt with, oh, I've done something similar, da da da. And they'll see it as, oh, she doesn't care for what I have to say. She doesn't want to know about what I think. She just wants to talk about her thing. And it's like, no, that's my way of relating to you. That's my way of saying, oh, I get your excitement for that. I've experienced something similar, right? But some people don't see it as that. And I find that curious. Thank you again for hanging out with me, you guys. I know that this is probably not what anyone expected this stream to be, but we're here on this ride together, and it's been amazing. You are all awesome. So there's an overlap, okay? A lot of people with ADHD, they often find themselves in a relationship with a narcissist. It happens. Whap, whap. Okay, even if you don't, it happens. It's a bummer. So, and we're often, he's like, I don't know, how do you say it? Like simple prey for them, because there's love bombing of two kinds, right? The narcissist will love bomb because they know that getting your attention is what they want, getting whatever they want out of you. They love bomb to get something that they want, okay? But someone with ADHD or that is neurodivergent, they love bomb because they're excited. They have deep emotions that they want to show you and say, love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, right? It's not like a negative love bombing um where there's a goal, right? Like they're doing it for a certain purpose, not for the right reasons by any means, right? There's two different ones, so people will often get confused. And you guys know, isn't that curious? I speak about how amazing you are all the time. My subs, my followers, my subscribers, my members. I'm constantly showering you with compliments and hugs and love, and because I want you to feel loved. I want you to know that you're loved. I want you to know that you're worthy. And that too can come off as, oh my God, she's so fake. Ugh. She cares about people. Ugh. Who does that? Ugh. You know, it really does. To some people, they're like, you fake, girl. And it's like, I can't even turn my head the amount that I would like to turn it at that. Okay. What? I'm the most authentic thing there is, darling. Okay? You don't get more authentic. Okay? We are unstoppable here together. Right? Okay. Another thing is the focusing on oneself. It may seem like a neurodivergent is self-absorbed again, but it's not with malicious intent, we'll say, okay? Point being, although many may perceive us, those who are neurodivergent, as a narcissist, it's not always true. So know that, okay? And just as much as you know that, you must also know that not everybody that commits horrific acts, like these parents that we spoke about in the very beginning, not all of them are crazy either. Okay? Not all of them have a touch of the madness. No. Some of them are just freaking bonkers. Okay? Some of them are. Others, not. Normal as can be up there. And that's scarier to me. That's scarier to me. Someone that can walk around straight face, lie to you, make up a whimsical tale to your face, and just not even blink. You're like, what? Who? Huh? Huh? Oh, the webs they weave. Am I right? Like that Murdaugh family? Holy cow, y'all. Listen, I'm gonna let you go because I'm almost taking up an hour of your time, you guys. Thank you so much. I am feeling so blessed right now that you chose to spend your time with me. Thank you. I'm not gonna cry because I'm not a big baby. I'm an alpha bird, okay? I got mad muscles. I got a six-pack. I'm not a crybaby. Sorry. Not sorry. We like to make those jokes. I think I've done just a little bit on the artwork today, okay? Just the tiniest bit, but love it, genuinely. Oh my goodness. Thank you again, Frank, seriously, for just sending your people my way. And thank you to the people for being amazing people. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being authentic. Thank you. Just thank you, okay? Just thank you. Because there's so many things I want to say, but I can never put it in the proper words. I don't know the right words yet. I will learn them. And then I'll say it the right way. Or I will continue to show it. Okay, before I go, let's take another peek at a couple of these. And you can check out my art at Dame Bonbon Daisy Art on Insta. You can check me out on Twitch, Damn Daisy Plays. Because I do. And sometimes I win. Okay? I'm actually pretty good at it. So if you like Call of Duty, Apex Legends, anything with a Battle Royale, I'm on it. And I grind. We could play. Insta, yeah, Twitter, Snapchat. That's my baggy art. Check out my TikTok. Oh my goodness, you guys. We're almost at like 17K on TikTok. We're growing. And I knew it. I felt it in my heart. I said, it is our time. People are going to find their way home. They're going to make it here. And we're going to flourish again. It is the golden age. And we're here together. And I'm just so happy about that. So whether you choose to stay or not, just know that we had this moment in time together. And it was precious. It was precious to my heart. And that you are adored. You are loved. You are special. And I mean it. And that's cool that you can trust that I mean it, right? Because honestly, another thing about the ADHD, and then I'll let it go, is that we see through a lot of BS, okay? We have hyper attention, so that means paying attention to every little detail. We see through the bull, and we see the authenticity. And it is a time of authenticity. Do you like this one? It shows the hive mind and the MK Ultra and the NPC in the middle. Do they know they're an NPC? Who knows? Genuinely, though, you have all been amazing. Thank you for being kind to one another in the comments. Thank you for doing all that is free. And thank you. Always take care of yourselves first, okay? And your families. Always. Thank you so, so much for donating. Y'all really, really warm my heart. Warm in my heart. I was just about to get the key before I go, but I should roll out like an Autobot. So stay awake, stay aware, stay well. And I really do hope that some of you will sub, because if you don't, that means you're probably a hater, and you shouldn't be a hater, and that makes you like a total soy boy, okay? Soy boy, like don't be one of those. Thank you, Freak. Bye, guys.